We're in Tampa, Florida at the Global Soft Foundation's Soft Week, or Special Operations Forces Week, and learn a little bit more about what's going on in aviation right now. So the MH-6 Little Bird, if you've seen the movie Black Hawk Down, it's a small helicopter, carries about 4 operators. It has close air support, has some really awesome machine gun power. It's been in use for almost 40 years. Now that aircraft was supposed to be replaced with the new Future Attack Reconnaissance aircraft that the Army was developing. However, in February, the FARA, the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft program, was canceled. So while Special Operations was going to continue to use the Little Bird up until the early 2030s, they may now have to push that out to the 2040s and even 2050s. Now, the problem with that is that the Bird, although very capable and very good for the mission sets it's been used for almost 40 years, can't quite keep up. It just doesn't have, it's the little engine that couldn't. It can't quite keep up with where it needs to go with the other aircraft. It can go up top speed of about 80 knots. They've really squeezed all the performance they can out of it. They've even got a new fuselage, which allows it to lift up to 5,000 pounds, which it would never lift, but for safety purposes, it can now lift up to 5,000 pounds. They've redone things with the engine. They've added tactical radios. They've got new sensors and capabilities on this aircraft. However, it's just not going to be fast enough to keep up with other aircraft in the next decade or two. So they're still kind of looking for a solution for that and some kind of X or unknown or possibly experimental aircraft that could replace the Little Bird in the 2040s and 2050s. So that's still a big question mark right now for that air capability, that aviation capability for Special Operations. It's very crucial. Could even be a robotic unmanned platform that could provide firepower and support, but maybe not to transport people. It just depends. There's a lot of work in that area. Another part of aviation within the Special Operations community is the MC-130J, which is basically the C-130 you see in the standard Air Force, but tricked out with all kinds of Special Operations capabilities, fires and sensors and different types of electronic warfare attack capabilities. It's the big cargo plane that carries a lot of stuff. Well, about 2 years ago, the Special Operations announced that they were doing testing on water landings, basically putting cushions on these things, taking these massive airplanes, being able to land them in water. And the reason that's important is because they want to be able to fight, bring a lot of gear, a lot of equipment, a lot of operators to far-flung remote places, especially in the Pacific if they have to counter China. And you can't always do that when you don't have a big runway. Sometimes the islands are too small, or you just want a clandestine or kind of stealth way to get into the enemy's backyard, land and drop off some capabilities, some boats, some Navy SEALs, some Marine Raiders, and then get them into a position without the enemy knowing. Unfortunately, that program, we expected it to be slowed a bit by about a year or two. Now it's been basically paused. They're basically not going to be pursuing that program for the foreseeable future. Now the program manager who runs that program said that they are capable of fielding it. If needed to in a pinch, they could field this water landing capability with the MC-130J. But for right now, they're not going to be pursuing it. They're going to instead focus their efforts and funding on other areas. So that's some aviation news within the Special Operations community, some challenges ahead, some technical solutions they're going to have to find. This has been Todd South of Military Times reporting from Soft Week in Tampa.